Hello friends, this is Raj Sastry from Raj Option Trading. Today is September 18, 2021. I want to cover heavily shorted stocks and how to trade them. So with that, let's jump in and get started. So as we look through here, we got top stock heavily shorted Sunlight, a high short ratio of 44. So from there onwards, we got Big 5, VIH, and so on and so forth. It's in a descending order. The stock at the top, Sunlight, has got highest short ratio. And also as we scan through here, we got a few stocks here. Big 5 as an example. Very good institution buying. That's a very good sign here. And Tattooed Chef, nice institution purchase here. And then we got PBTS, same story. So those are the candidates that we have to focus on and see if we can buy at those levels. And we got few more here, Blink, View, and OOF or Petco, as well as Nikola. Very high institution buying here. These institutions know something that we don't know. So we should look into it and see what's going on here. Is it still a good time to buy? And then we look at the sales quarter over quarter and gross margin. If you're a fundamentally inclined investor or a trader, look for nice sales quarter over quarter growth and gross margin. Typically, I look for rule of 40, where sales quarter over quarter growth plus gross margin greater than 40. As an example, Big 5 satisfies rule of 40. If you're a fundamentally inclined investor, you can take advantage of this Big 5 and see if it's worth buying at these levels. Given RSI is below 40 or even below 50, it tells you it's a good time to buy. Entry perspective, it's a good entry point right now. And then we got a couple more here. As example, Blink, same story. Right now, it's a good from a rule of 40 perspective. Handily beats rule of 40. We can look at this one too. And then you got a couple more here. Even OOF, I think it satisfies. And SmileDirect, same story. These are fundamentally good companies. So we should look into those companies and see if it's worth buying. And we also, look at RSI. We don't want to buy a stock when it's at super hot, high level. Instead, wait for it to cool off a little bit. Many of these stocks, as you can see here, they got lower RSI, many below 50. Those are the candidates that we can look at and do an entry position here and take it from there. And high short ratio can be our friend, provided we look at the entry points carefully and buy when it's not super hot. And also we should look at 1 year and 5 year performance here. As an example, Big 5 has done great in 1 year and 5 year. It's clearly not a one trick pony. Same story, Blink, I think that's a nice 1 year and 5 year, as well as FUV here or Kimoto. So these are some candidates. If you're not a person who want to trade in and trade out, but still want to take advantage of this short squeeze situation, you could focus on fundamentally good companies, rule of 40, nice institution or insider buying, as well as nice 1 year and 5 year performance. On the contrary, if you are a trader, you don't need to worry super well about the fundamentals. You can look at the technicals like inside institution buying and RSI levels and how the stock is doing in the shorter term compared to longer term, and then you can make some moves. So with that, let's jump in and look at few top line news and get started. From a top line news perspective, we got here stocks trending on Reddit. We got SmileDirect, Palantir, GameStop, Beachbody, AMC, Lucid, Clover. I think many of these stocks have been doing great of late. As an example, Lucid slowly showing some progress on the higher side. I think that one is a good one. And we'll look at many of these stories here and see what stock is good to buy right now. And then you got Workhorse. Workhorse drops a lawsuit against USPS. I think that's a good thing. I love when companies start suing the customers and focus on their own products. I think that's a positive improvement here. And we got support.com. They're merging with the Greenidge. I think that's a good combination. They will have both Bitcoin mining business as well as this support.com, the remote working type technology where customer support can be provided by remotely. I think it's a terrific combination. We should look at this combined company, Greenidge, and see if it's good to buy when it's down a little bit. And then you got your 4 small cap growth stocks. We got BNGO, CCHWF, Blink, and VXRT. I think we should look at stocks like BNGO, Blink, and VXRT and see if it's worth buying at these levels. And then you got your 10 stocks that are on the move, stocks like BBL, SmileDirect, Lucid, Moderna, and BGNE. I think stocks like SDC, Lucid, and BGNE, some of these are, especially SDC, LCID, have got high short ratio. And then you got your Fisker. Looks like it's one of the great companies. It might join the big 3 electric vehicle makers with Tesla. That's a good one. I think Fisker is a good stock. We should slowly look at buying Fisker when it's down and accumulate. And then you got your strong stocks with heavy short interest, CRSR and HRTX. We should look at these two also and see if it's worth buying. And here Ford is really doing great of late. Looks like they're ramping up their F-150 Lightning production. I think it's a good one here. Ford is really, electrifying itself. That's a good sign here. I think Ford, it's a good to buy at these levels and accumulate. And then you got Romeo Power here. They partner with a different company. I think company is slowly making some progress in the EV battery space. And then you got Lemonade here. Lemonade is a great company. It's in the insurance industry, and they are taking and disrupting insurance industry with artificial intelligence. I like Lemonade. We'll see if it's good to buy at these levels. And then you got 5 best Chinese stocks here: Weibo, SOHU, NEO, and BYDDF. I've been accumulating, NEO whenever it comes below 40 or so. I think that has got great potential as you go forward. So with that, let's jump in here, look at the major ETFs and see what's going on here. As you look through here, I got here SPY, SPY, S&P 500, ETF. As you look through past week or so, it's very choppy. So finally, SPY is hitting the 50-day moving average. As you can see here, we got to be a little bit careful because typically when S&P 500 drops like this continuously, you got to slowly watch out. So what I typically do is I'll focus on stronger candidates and buy them slowly into the weakness, so that way we can take advantage of bounce back. Historically, if you see, whenever it hit 50-day moving average, typically it bounced off. So we could see if this pattern holds or will it come back and hit this 100-day moving average. So that's why I'm carefully buying slowly, not making huge signature big purchases. Instead, buy slowly, see if it bounces off of these levels. If so, take some profits off. Otherwise, continue to buy and see if it hits the lower level here, which is 50-day moving average. And QQQ is a little bit stronger. It's not hitting the 50-day moving average. Instead, it's bouncing off of 25-day moving average. Same story here, QQQ. Buy some strong technology companies into weakness and accumulate slowly. If it hits even 50-day moving average, you could buy slowly a little more. And then you got your DIA. DIA, on the other hand, it's already hitting the 100-day moving average. As you can see here, DIA is one of the little weaker candidates compared to SPY and QQQ, especially because it's got just 30 stocks and mainly industrials and few other stocks. That's why it's a little bit weaker of the averages or ETFs out of these four here, and we should slowly buy into this here. And in the past, DIA bounced off of 100-day moving average nicely. I think probably it might do that, or it might even come below a little bit. That's why it's good to buy some of these big names slowly into this weakness and accumulate. And then you got IWM, very volatile as you can see here. So this, as you can see here, in the past went well below 100-day moving average, almost touched 200-day moving average. So we should expect some more sharpness here, even though there is some strength in Russell here, as you can see in last few days here. That indicates there is a chance Russell can bounce, which along with it will take other indices also along with it, because typically Russell is a leading indicator. If Russell goes down, bigger indices will follow. If Russell makes some improvement, same story, bigger indices will follow. That's why it's good to look at Russell and get some cue on what might happen in the next trading week. So as we go forward here, let's look at a few heavily short stocks here. I've got I have sorted this by short ratio. Stock at the top is very high, heavily shorted here, and all of these have got heavy volume, at least more than 1 million shares traded. So these are very liquid stocks. So I have highlighted few stocks for you. So first is BGFV Big 5. As you can scan through here, you got institutions buying Big 5. That's a good sign here. And as you can see, handily beats rule of 40, quarter over quarter sales growth 43%, gross margin 37%. That's a good combination here. And they are also net margin positive. The company is making money. That's a good story. And a little bit heavy on the debt to equity, but manageable. Low RSI. Look here, it's been dropping off in 10-day, 5-day, but bouncing off in 1 day. That tells you this stock is slowly trying to turn around. With the low RSI here and low IV percentile, it's good to buy some Big 5 at these levels, slowly showing some turnaround here, and go from there. And if you're an option trader, look at the IV percentile here. When the IV percentile is low, like 33 in case of Big 5, and RSI is also low, that tells you stock is oversold at this level. And instead of selling premium here, you can buy some put options below the stock price. You could actually buy some call options here, so that way you make money. Because you're buying call option, you're not paying too much premium because IV percentile is low. So typically when IV is low and RSI is low, think about buying some call options if you're a call option trader, or in this case stock price itself is very low, you could buy stock outright also. And then you got a couple more here. Look at Tattooed Chef, heavy institution buying 40%. That's a great number here. As you scan through here, RSI is 50. It's also showing some improvements in the near term, as you can see here. That's why this is also a good one. There's some turnaround with the 1-day price increasing. That should scare these shorts off a little bit. They might slowly try covering, given there is a small turnaround in play. And then you got here PBTS, same story, nice institution buying, and also good gross margin here. And as you can see, a high short ratio, and it's also turning around. That's a good story here. So low price stock here, turning around in the nearer term, 1 day turning around. So it's good to buy slowly into this weakness and go from there. And then you got Workhorse. Workhorse handily beats rule of 40 here, even though it's off of a low sales number here, but still beats rule of 40. And as you scan through low RSI, and this too is showing some improvement in 1 day. I think many of you have been waiting for this Workhorse to do a short squeeze. I see some signs here. Slowly Workhorse is progressing in one day. There is a price increase here that can slowly scare these shorts off. They can start covering slowly. That's why right now I think Workhorse is showing some upward momentum. That's always good. And then you got Blink. Blink is also great stock. As you can see here, institutions are buying Blink big time. Beats rule of 40 and RSI is low. Same thing here. It's improving in one day. As it makes a couple more days progress here with the positive price, that should scare these shorts off. They will start covering slowly. And then you got a couple more here, View and OOF, same story. Nice institution buying here. And OOF satisfies rule of 40. I think it's a barely gross margin is greater than 40. Net the sales quarter over quarter is not applicable at this point. And also RSI is a little high. In case of OOF, I think it's good to wait a little bit. RSI is high a little bit. Probably it's good to wait a little more. And View, as you can see here, I think it's still okay. You could buy a little bit. RSI is 52, a little higher than 50, but still it's okay to buy at these levels here. As you scan through, we got a couple more here. Nikola, GOEV, same methodology here, and IVC. Look for institutions buying or insider buying, and if the RSI is low, you could go play along with it. And ATER has been going up off late. I've been taking some profit off the table, given right now RSI is a little higher. It might still go a little bit higher, but I think it's good and nice. It made a nice move. I'm personally taking some money off the table so I can put that money after some of the little bit, candidates who can make more money. So with that, even ICPT, I love Intercept Pharma. It's a great company, biotech, nice sales growth as you can see here. And RSI 60 tells you a little bit hot at this time. 2 weeks ago, this stock dropped off big time. From an entry point perspective, it may be a little early, but still it's off 64%. You could still buy. And as you scan through here, even though I did not highlight few lines here, like Root and Best, you can see here they're improving in near term. That tells you there is some turnaround, especially in case of Root. RSI is low, 45. You could look at such candidates also where you see some progress in the near term, and even FUV for that matter. Improvement in the nearer term, as you can see here. That could be a good one. RSI is still slow, still low. On the other hand, SmileDirect has made a good move here. RSI 65 has been improving off late. Probably you should wait for a little pullback here, or if you want to buy a little bit, that's okay too. But I would wait a little bit for a pullback. So with that, let's I also like Lemonade, great stock here. RSI is 44, artificial intelligence based insurance company here, high short ratio. As you can scan through, it's also turning around in near term. I would buy some Lemonade at these levels. That should give you nice profit as you go forward. So with that, we got next chart here. Applies same methodology. Look for quarter over quarter sales growth and gross margin greater than 40. So many of those candidates are highlighted in green background here. And look for either institutions buying or insider buying. For example, this Avidity RNA, look, insiders are buying here. That tells you, they have some lot of conviction about the company. As we look through, RSI is 59. So when RSI is 69, insiders buying, you should buy slowly. Don't rush, because RSI 59 indicates it's a little bit hot right now. It's made some move in the near term already, as you can see here. Wait for a little pullback and buy some RNA at those levels. And as you scan through here, we got Ocugen. Ocugen, as you can see here, RSI is 58. It also made some move here. That's why I would wait a little bit instead of buying at these levels. So as you scan through here, we got a couple more here, MicroStrategy and SFT. Both have got nice institution buying here. RSI is manageable, 40, which is good. You could buy some micro strategy here. It's a Bitcoin, they invest in Bitcoin. It's also a software company. I would buy some micro strategy. This one swings wildly, so you could buy some when it's low, low here, or pull back here and take it from there. And Shift on the other hand, it's also a good one. RSI is low. I think we can buy some Shift at this level also and go from there. And good RX, it's been doing nicely of late. Right now RSI is 77. I've been taking some profit on this one. It's been down for a very long time. Now it's showing some progress. Good to take some profit. It might still go up a little more. And then you got a couple more here. GPRE, nice sales growth here, and low RSI. Stock has been dropping off, as you can see here. Good to buy this one also slowly. And PRTS, one of my favorites here. I like this company. Stock has been dropping off of late. RSI is 41. Good to buy slowly and accumulate a nice position here. And apply same methodology here. We got some nice names here. You could buy these onto this weakness. And any looks like spear. Right now it's coming down slowly. RSI is coming to a level where you can slowly buy spear. Low market cap. This can be easily manipulated. So with that, let's look at next chart here. Apply same methodology. Low RSI, nice inside institution buying, and showing some progress in the 1 day. If you're a contrarian, you can just buy even if there is no progress. But if you want to play safe, look for a small improvement in 1 day or 1 week and then buy. And we got one more here. As we scan through here, look for candidates like Geo, where insiders are buying, and other candidates like Curie and AMC, where there's a huge institution buying. Coupled with the low RSI, like AMC is a good one right now. You could slowly buy. And other stocks like VUZI 40, same story. Stock has been off of late. Good one. You could pick up these candidates here and buy slowly. I also like Sawa here, Kasawa. I think stock has been dropping big time, showing some improvement here. I think it's a good one to buy. This stock also trades wildly. Bed Bath and Beyond looks like we got sales growth and low RSI. Stock is trying to bounce off in near term, which is also good. Even INO, same story. It's a good one here, showing some progress in the near term. So you could look at other candidates here and play along and buy some when they're down like this, where there's a nice insider institutional buying, as you can see here, coupled with the low RSI and showing some progress in the near term. Next, we'll look at one more chart here. Apply same methodology. Look for candidates with the greens in inside buys and institution buys, and nice or low RSI, which is the green here or black. And pick up those candidates. If you're fundamentally inclined, look for a nice gross margin and quarter-over-quarter sales growth, and those are your candidates you could buy slowly. Companies like VMware as example, it's a great company. Right now it's showing some weakness because it's trying to come out of Dell and become its own company and have some more independence. I think that's a good one. The stock will do well as you go forward. I also like stocks like Solo here, Electrameccanica. I think it's a low dollar stock, high RSI, as you can see, a high short ratio. And right now it's already went up a little bit. It's down a while ago. Right now RSI is 55. You could still buy slowly. And Fastly is also showing some progress, as you can see here. RSI 50. Still you can buy slowly. This stock can really give a very nice bounce as you go forward. Next, we look at some more here. Look at Prague here. I've been talking about this company a while ago. Nice insider as well as institution buying here. Stock has been jumping off, nicely, As you can see here, Prague, off late it came down. Right now, RSI is 39, still good to buy slowly. I think this should also go up as we go forward. So with that, let's look at few stock charts here and see how to spot some of these candidates. First, let's look at Big 5 sporting goods. As you can see, a nice looking chart. Short squeeze went up, short squeeze again. Right now, it's trying to consolidate at these levels here. Stock is trying to bounce off of 100-day moving average. As you can see here, on the balance volume is steady, trying to go up. That's a good sign here. We also saw in the previous chart, this is a fundamentally good company with the nice sales growth. I think we should accumulate this stock here slowly, given RSI is below 50 and IV percentile is also low. And then you got Tattooed Chef here, same story, creates short squeeze. Right now it's down a little bit, trying to consolidate. There is some progress in the near term. On the balance volume is trying to trend up here. So with that, I would accumulate some Tattooed Chef at these levels and take it from there. Next is PBTS. As you can see here, even though stock is in the trading range, on the balance volume is steady. I would buy slowly into this weakness here. Given it's a $1 stock, I think you can slowly accumulate and participate in this short squeeze here. And Workhorse, even though stock is dropping off, many of you are asking, hey, when this is going to create short squeeze? I think there is some sign here. It's trying to improve, as you can see here, and nice on the balance volume, very steady. People are buying and accumulating. Next, let's look at a few more here. Blink, again, an EV play. Stock is in the trading range. Nice on the balance volume, elevated levels. And IV percentile is low, RSI is low. I think it's good to have some patience on these stocks here. It looks like we are waiting for a long time. I think it's okay to hold it. That's the reason I like to buy stock in these type of scenarios versus options, because if you bought options, you'd be slowly losing your money. Whereas stock itself, given it's a low price stock, you don't lose money. You can have a little more patience to hold on to it and then sell some and take profit. And then you got here Fu or Kimoto, same story. Stock has been trading sideways. On the balance volume is steady. This also creates nice short squeeze. We should have a little patience here and hold for a while. And then you got Root here. Root has been slowly coming down, but as you can see here, on the balance volume is pretty steady. Root is not for the fundamental investor. This is purely for technical investor who wants to swing, trade, and go in and out. So if you're a fundamentally inclined investor, you can pass this up. But if you're a technical investor, you could buy some and hold and wait for a short squeeze here. On the balance volume is trending up, as you can see here. And next is GOEV. GOEV has been slowly not doing too much, trading range, a little bit to the downside. Right now on the balance volume is also trending down. It's a contrarian type play. I would buy some and hold. It's making some slow progress, as you can see here, 15 cents up on Friday. So with that, thank you very much. This is a quick cheat sheet for you. I will not go through everything in detail. On a thumb rule perspective, always look for a low RSI and on the balance volume rising. So that indicates it's a good entry point. If RSI is higher, on the balance volume falling, you don't need to buy the stock at that level. If you have some, you could sell. And look for fundamentally good companies with the positive sales growth and gross margin. Rule of 40, quarter over quarter sales growth plus gross margin greater than 40. And option buyers and sellers, look for RSI levels. If it's a low RSI, low implied vol, you can buy call option, because that way you're not paying too much money and stock can bounce off of this lower level. If you're a call option seller, look for high RSI and high IV, so that way you have some conviction stock may fall down from these higher levels given RSI is high. If you're not very sure, always do a spread here, so that way you buy a higher price call option. You don't lose too much money that way. If you're a put option buyer, look for high RSI. You want stock to come down. That's why you're looking for stocks that are overbought. And also look for low implied vol. So that way you don't pay too much money when you buy put option. And if you're a option seller, look for low RSI. You want stock to be oversold, and they have to bounce back. That's why look for low RSI and look for a high IV or implied vol rank. So that way you bring in more premium, so you can make money or income that way. So with that, thank you very much. Happy investing and trading. Please subscribe.